Hello everyone, welcome back to episode 2 of the Unreal Engine tutorials. My name is Reese Warren and today we are going to be covering binary space partitioning. Binary space partitioning is actually short for BSP, and BSP brushes are actually used in Unreal Engine to block out a game level. Now, a game designer will actually use BSP brushes to get the scale of unique objects right before they actually model them in detail using a software package such as Maya. They can also convert a BSP into a static mesh, however that gives the game designer limited control. However, it is important to convert a BSP brush into a static mesh once you've done modeling it, because a BSP brush actually pre-calculates a collision boundary around it, and if you leave a BSP brush in the game level, it will take longer to process that collision over a static mesh, because a collision mesh and a static mesh is actually pre-calculated, whereas a BSP isn't. And yeah, today we're going to be covering that, and I'm going to be showing you how you actually model using BSP brushes in Unreal Engine. So we're going to be modeling a small window, and to begin with I'm going to drag a BSP box into the editor. We're going to change the size of it just so I can make a bit of a large wall, like so. And I'm also going to change the thickness of this slightly so it's a tiny bit thinner, like that. Now, binary space partitioning, you may ask where that comes from. That's actually because a binary thing actually has two states, and essentially a BSP brush is the same. It can have an additive state or a subtractive state, and if I drag another box into the engine and then I set this one to subtractive, notice how it goes invisible in the editor. That is because a subtractive BSP brush actually erases space from an additive BSP brush. And we can use that to our advantage, because if I scale this up and just make an average sized window like so, I can actually intersect the additive brush with the subtractive one to erase the additive space. And this is really useful because I can then model really complex things inside the engine and I don't even have to model it. So yeah, we're going to add a slight bit more detail to this. So I'm just, a typical window has a few panes, so if I just expand that and I'm going to decrease the scale, move that to intersect them like so, we essentially have our window pane like so. And I can actually go into further detail with this, so I could Control C and then Control V, that duplicates it, and then I can actually make another pane which goes vertical, like so. And then we've got our basic window. However, all these BSP brushes, eventually if you use a lot in the engine, it gets really unoptimized, and you need to convert them into a static mesh. Now the disadvantage of a static mesh is that it doesn't have collision. So if you keep using BSPs over and over and over again, it really slows down your game, and that is the point where I recommend you should actually start modeling. However, we're going to leave that. Now if I select all of these by holding the shift key and selecting all of the box brushes in the world outliner, I can then see this arrow here, show advanced in the brush settings. I can click that and then click create static mesh, like so. That actually converts all of them BSP brushes into a static mesh, and this is less heavy on the actual engine for like rendering. So, however, the disadvantage is this now has no collision boundary whatsoever, whereas if I undo the change, so I have the box brushes back, it will actually have collision. So that is a brief overview of a BSP brush and how you can use it to manipulate a game level. I hope you found this tutorial useful, and I hope to see you in the next one. So thanks for watching.